All right, in three, two. Welcome back to Toyota Sports Talk. The Paris Summer Olympics right around the corner, and as you know, there will be plenty of athletes representing this DMV region in Paris in a lot of different sports. One of them joining us tonight, Masai Russell, went to Bullis School, PG County native, and she is going to the Olympics for the 100-meter hurdles. First-time Olympian. Masai, appreciate your time.
Thank you.
So I was on Instagram the other day, and I noticed a little change. It says your name and OLY. How did that sound? How does that feel to put that there?
It still doesn't feel real. When I say it, it's like, it just sounds so profound. It's like, wow, an Olympian. A lot of people don't get to say that. A lot of talented people and people who've been doing, their sport their whole entire life don't get to say that. So I'm so honored, and it's still so insane to just think that my life has just did a complete 360 in the matter of 3 days.
I tell everybody, one of the most rewarding parts of my job is covering student athletes in high school, seeing them grow, seeing them progress, and seeing them kind of live out their dreams. And obviously, I'm proud of you. A lot of people in this region are proud of you. What does that mean to represent this region on the biggest stage of sports, Masai?
It means everything. Y'all know, the people who know me know, I literally represent the DMV area so hard, especially PG County. Knowing Kevin Durant has come from there. So many great basketball players have come from there. So I take pride in saying I'm from PG County. It's literally in my bio, DMV. And it means everything because I know Maryland and the East Coast has always given me so much support just throughout my whole entire career. And ever since I was a little young runner, going to North Carolina, going to Florida, going to I even went across the country to California when I was 10 years old, coming third place in the 400 there when I was 10 years old. And without the support of the East Coast, the coaches there, me, I grew up literally PG County, Maryland, and to be one of the greatest athletes to come out of that area and from on the East Coast, it just shows that all the hard work that I've put in is truly starting to show to the world.
You did your thing at Bullis School, and I know that coaching staff helped lay the foundation for you in a sense. And now Quincy Wilson, another 16-year-old from Bullis, he's making the Olympics. So what's in the water there, Masai? I mean, that's so rare to have first-time Olympians from one high school.
Yeah, I just think it just speaks to the program that Bullis has over there. The coaches are phenomenal. They're so on top of their game. They truly care about the sport. They care about who you are as an athlete, and they care about who you're going to be after high school. I think the coaches always have done such a good job. I learned so much before I went to college, literally being at Bullis, because the coaches put so much time and effort into their craft. There was times where we were running to the bus because Coach Lee was making sure that we finished our abs, we finished our general strength exercises, finishing out practice. We never cut any corners, and he always made it it was at the forefront. We had to put the work in, we had to do these things, and they just set the standard for what you're seeing now from Quincy, and then just the athlete that I've transformed in through the years of college and now as a professional.
So, this is your first year as a professional. You had a great career at Kentucky. I was following you a little bit, the Diamond Leagues in May and April. Had some struggles, but you really peaked at the right time at the trials. What was the difference? Because I know you had some struggles there. You're in Asia, I think China, didn't have the results you wanted, but when it mattered most, you delivered.
Yeah, I know I've gotten that question a lot, and really the only maybe 2 or 3 answers that I can say is faith, God, and trust. Really, because without the faith that I had in myself, this wouldn't have been possible. I knew what I can do, although the times weren't showing up until that point. But I put in my my post on Instagram, God told me I was gonna be an Olympian. At that, I ran the worst race of my life, worst race of the season this year. I ran 12:88, and LA at the LA Grand Prix, and I was just like what is going on? But like I still came to practice, I still showed up, I still challenged myself to work through that uncomfortability. Like I was literally going through a training sessions every week, because as a professional, I feel like, you know, our meets are like truly training sessions for the Olympics and for our trials as Americans. So I was literally just doing test runs and trial runs and practice runs in front of the world, getting criticized. And that did, you know, kind of affect me in a sense, but I used that as motivation to get to, you know, where I'm at now. And I just had faith. I was just like so content with whatever the result was going to be. I really just left it in God's hands, because I've put the work in. Like track is such a pure sport, and there's no way that like you put all this work in and not get anything out. So I know it just wasn't showing at that time throughout the whole entire season, but I knew it was eventually going to show, whether if it was at the Olympics, at trials, or even not if I didn't make the Olympics. I knew what all the work that I put in this season, I knew it would eventually show. And I'm just blessed and thankful that it happened at the trials. It just all clicked. My coach was there to give me that support, to give me that comfort, because that was another major factor that I had to deal with this year as a first-time pro. Like I wasn't used to literally being across the world 7,000 miles away without my coach, being on a completely different time zone, sending him videos of me practicing from the day before, but he's responding a day later. Like it just was so many different factors that went into that. So having my coach there really made like a great difference as well. So I'm just so blessed, so thankful. And I just had faith in myself and faith in my training and my coaches.
Take a deeper dive into the mental side of sport, because we all know you have the physical traits, Masai. You've shown it, you've proven it, but like you said, you probably had some negative comments come your way. Oh, what is she doing? She's not the same type of athlete. I'm sure mentally that weighed on you, and the times probably that you were recording weighed on you. So how did you work through it mentally? Because that's not easy.
Yeah, I just showed up every day to practice, like with something else to work on. There's always more to work on. So I just came to practice every day, um, just wanting to be better, wanting to get back to where I was at, knowing where I was physically at, but I just had to keep being consistent and doing the right things. And my coach never lost faith in me. My training partner, Devin Charlton, she's a 60 hurdle world record holder. She's like a friend of mine and a training partner. So she gave me that confidence as well, because she's been running 12.4s and 12.5s all season. And I'm like, if I'm right here with her, there's no reason why I'm not getting the result that I want. I knew it was mental. So it was really about like looking at myself and saying like, all right, like you need to just let go and just be the Messiah that you know you are, because you're literally doing it in practice, and there's no reason why you're able to do it in practice and you're not able to do it in the meets. But like I said, a lot of different things that went into everything. But like I was telling myself leading up to the meet was like, you know, you can have the best season of your life and not make the team. You can have the worst season of your life and make the team. And one thing I'm going to do is bet on myself. Like, I don't care what, it doesn't matter like what anyone has done when they step foot on the line at any meet. Like what you did in the past is gone. What you could do in the future is not there. So it's a clean slate. Like it doesn't matter. So I just went in with a free heart, clear mind, and just allow my body to really just take over, because it knew what to do the whole time. But you know, I just had to allow like my brain and my body to like work together instead of like working against each other.
What's it like to realize a dream, the Olympic dream? What is that like?
Shoot, I don't even think it's like hit me, like really hit me. Like I know, like I'm saying it, but I feel like once I get there, maybe it'll be like, wow, I'm really at the Olympics. Like when I hear like the Olympic song, or when I'm doing the open ceremony, like, and I'm just there. Like I think it'll truly, truly hit me when I'm there, because I'm saying it right now, but it just still seems like it's a dream in a sense. Like this is a dream that I've had since I was a little girl. And there was even a point in my career where I never thought that I could attain being an Olympian. I'm like, that dream is too big. Like, I don't have the talent for that. Like, I don't think I do. Like, you know, just telling myself those things. And now that my life has done a complete 360, being professional, making the team, breaking the meet record, being professional, and now being an Olympian is just like, don't ever doubt yourself. Don't ever tell yourself something before it happens. And it's all just been a life lesson for me. I feel like when you're portrayed on a platform, you're like kind of going through life with people who watch your life. And I know a lot of my followers have followed my journey. You know, some of them have supported me throughout this whole entire process since I was at Bullis. And, you know, some are just figured out who I was yesterday. So it just means the world to me, that I have like true, genuine support, like on and off, like the media. And I'm just so honored to literally represent Team USA. It's the hardest team. So to put that USA across my chest on the Olympic stage, like there should never be a doubt that crosses my mind ever again in my life.
Well said there. So obviously step one is going to the Olympics. Check that off. Now it's time to get to business, right? I mean, you can't be satisfied, and you probably want a medal and you want that gold.
Hey, you said it clear as day. The mindset that I went into US trials was like, you know, keep people to your backs, win. Like why would I shoot for a bronze medal? Like why would I shoot for making the final? No, like if I'm going to win. I'm going to line up. I'm going to do the best that Masai is capable of doing. And I'm literally in the best shape of my life. I don't know what I'm capable of. I stopped putting expectations on the unimaginable in a sense. So yeah, I mean, my goal is just to go out there and win. Like I'm meant to be here for a reason. I feel like Budapest last year didn't end too well. You know, I hit the second hurdle pretty bad. I wasn't really like mentally prepared for everything that came with being in like a big stadium and everything. But just throughout like every single meet and throughout this year, everything has like given me the tools that I need to put into my pocket. So when I go out there and compete on the biggest stage, it's like, oh, I've been here before. Because at the Diamond Leagues, those stadiums are like 60,000, 70,000 people in there. Yep. And I was so nervous, like, oh my gosh, I've never run in front of this many people. When I went to Budapest last year, just hearing the crowd, I was like literally like a deer in headlights. So I'm just thankful that I was able to get that opportunity that at that time seemed like a failure, but it is going to be the reason I feel like I'm going to do amazing things on the Olympic stage because of that moment that didn't look too well to the world and to myself. But, you know, like I said, everything will happen for a reason. It's just about those tools that you gain when you're down. And then I feel like they'll help you on your journey when you're up.
And listen, you have a big voice, you have a big platform, and now you're a role model, Masai, for a lot of young girls, a lot of young boys, especially in this DMV region. What's your message to them?
Man, never give up. Never give up. I'm trying not to get emotional because I feel like I was one of those little kids looking up to. I didn't really have that many people in the DMV area that I looked up to because like I was young, like I didn't really have a phone or anything, but from what I seen on TV, I always seen like Cyan Richards and Allison Felix, Shelly Ann Fraser Price, Carmelita Jeter, Dawn Harper, like all these people who like are counterparts of mine now. Like I know them, I'm friends with them. And to be a little kid and to look up to someone like me, like I would just say like never count yourself out, always have faith in you, work hard. You know, the trials will come, but the tribulations will be better. Like just never count yourself out. Like I said, it was one point in my life where I thought like 3 years ago, literally 3 years ago, I didn't think I was gonna be an Olympian. I'm like, I went to Olympic trials. I'm like, I'm not gonna make the team, so why am I here? Like, what is the point of me being here? But I feel like God always brings you to a place to like either show you which way you can go. It's either up to you to go left or right. So at that moment, I was like, oh, this isn't for me. And then I regrouped, and then 3 years later, I'm breaking the meet record, like at the Olympic trials. So, you know, never put a timeline on how great you should be. You know, always stay focused, trusting yourself, trusting your coaches, trusting your training. But I feel like the biggest one is definitely like just trusting who you are. Always speak life over anything that you're doing. Always um just be true to, the things that you believe in, because, when everyone's doubting you, I feel like the only faith that you can have is within yourself. You know you the best. So yeah, that's what I would say if, I was just talking to like the little kids in the DMV or PG County or East Coast region, because I mean, I was one of those kids at one point. So it just means everything to me to just be able to like, mentor, help where I can, because I personally didn't have like someone that I could talk to who has been on these stages. I'm the first like professional athlete in my family, first like high major D1 athlete in my family. So, I'm doing a lot of things that people in my family haven't done. And my dad always gets so many questions about like college and this and that. And it's like, I feel like when you look back at it, it's just like we was just making it happen. And it was just through faith. So never count yourself out and always have faith in, your process, because you never know when it's going to be your time.
You'll always find a way. Masai Russell, I hope you realize there are a lot of people that are proud of you in this region and will be watching at the Olympics. Go get that gold, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Will do.
All right, much more to come right here on Toyota Sports Talk. Stay with us.
Yeah.